this is to explain the for loop. Page 35, we're still in the same chapter, chapter 5, about the conditional statements. So the for loop هي كمان a conditional statement. It's a loop كمان مثل الوايل بس it works a bit differently. So رح نتذكر شوي الوايل كنا إذا بنقول int I equal 0 and then we say while I is less than maybe let's say 11, I want to print I, then I increment I by 1 and I run this code. I'm gonna see all the numbers from 0 to 10 printed. So let me add a space بيناتهم so you can see them separated. So I'm gonna see all the numbers from 0 to 10 being printed. So this is using the while loop. The while loop continues on doing a certain task اللي هن بهالcase lines 8 to 9. It keeps on doing them as long as I is less than 11. The for loop is a bit similar. عندها هيدا البارت يلي هو the initialization، عندها هيدا البارت اللي هو the condition أو the termination بنحب نعيط له، هلا بالكم ليه بنقول له termination، و the increment part وعندها البادي تبعها. So هول ال 1 2 3 and 4 are the different parts of the for loop. رح اكتب هيدا الكود هو ذاته بس using the for loop. So this is using the while loop. ورح ارجع اكتب using the for loop the same code, the same يعني رح يكون عندي the same objective اللي هو to print the numbers from 0 to 10. So بلش اول شي بكتب for. الفور لوب عندها بقلبها الوايل عندها one part بقلبها، الفور لوب عندها 3 parts بقلبها. The first part is like this, the initialization. So رح اقول اول شي int I equal 0. Okay. So لانه already استعملت I, I'm gonna use another one. So رح اقول int J is equal 0. The second part is this part. يعني لاحظوا هيدا أول part. هلا second part is the condition. The condition تبعي هي إنه it should be less than 11. So J less than 11. And the last part هو how I'm gonna move. كيف كل مرة بدي أمشي. رح أقول J plus plus. إنه كل مرة I'm gonna add 1. So this is very similar to the while loop. That's the first part. That's the second part. That's the third part. الفرق إنه الوايل لوب ما بتجبرني إنه على طول يكون عندي هول. I might keep on printing hello هون simply. وهون بيكون عندي int I بلا هون I have to have an int I إذا بدي، أو في يكون عندي condition تاني while true هاي forever it will loop forever. هلا إذا بعملها run it will keep on printing hello. كل اللي عم بقوله إنه الوايل ما ضروري يكون عندها the 3 parts للفور لوب عندها إياهم، بس نحنا منخليها يصير عندها هول ال 3 parts. So هلا عم نشوف انه it's a good way انه to use the for loop اللي هي ب one line تستعمل كل هال different parts. يعني ليكو بدل ما اعمل كل هول باربع اسطر حطيت بسطر واحد شو بدي وين بدي بلش وين بدي خلص كيف بدي امشي، وجوا بقلب الفور لوب رح احط شو بدي اعمل اللي هو this is what I want to do every time. system.out.print I++. So I'm gonna run this code. رح تشوفوا انه مرتين رح يطلعوا لي هول القصص. سوري خلينا بس نعمل وحدة system.out.print الان ونقول using the for loop وفوق نقول using the while loop حتى تشوفوها احسن. وهون أنا by mistake I'm printing I instead of J, so this is why it kept on printing 11. So let's see it now clearly. كمان عنا شي مزعج بيان. Yeah, we should have الآن بالآخر هون. So let's have this. Okay. So using the while loop, using the for loop, we got the same answer or the same output, but we did two different things. This is with 4 lines, 1 2 3 4, and this is with 2 lines only. هلا it's not only about lines قد ما هي it's about when to use which. The for loop is mainly used with arrays, and arrays are what we're gonna study in the next chapter, and you will watch it in the next video. بس هلا I'm gonna forget about arrays a bit and go more into the for loop لحالها. إذا ما كان عنا arrays امتين it's good to use it. إذا بنلاحظ بنلاقي إنه the for loop is very systematic والcondition تبعيتها is always about numbers. So أنا I cannot have a condition هون ما خاصة بالأرقام، يعني يكون عندي مثلا I'm comparing two strings. أما ال while loop it can have a condition that is about comparing strings أو comparing booleans أو having or and في يكون عندي اللي بدي إياه، وشفتوا كتير examples بالترم 2. بس for loop ما فينا أعمل فيها هذا الشيء. For loop is strictly used for numbers. Whenever I'm going through a series of numbers from certain number to another، يعني عندي start وعندي end، I'm gonna increment or decrement, I use the for loop. So نحن رح يكون عنا exercises رح نعملهم that will help you better understand، بس I'm still gonna tell you about the for loop كيف تمشي على المظبوط، لأنه this is very essential. مثل ما عرفنا إنه ال while loop أول شيء it checks the condition, then it does whatever is inside it, then it checks the condition again. مهم نعرف كمان ال for loop كيف تمشي. for loop أول شيء بيمشي فيها هو ال initialization، and يعني هيدا ال part happens just once. Then you might think that what's gonna happen next is going inside the for loop. لا، it's كمان checking the condition مثل ال while loop لما كان بهيدا الكيس. هون أول شيء we initialize, then we check the condition, then we enter. So نفس الشيء هون رح يصير. Initialization will happen once and will never repeat again. Then we're gonna check if it's less than 11. Then we're gonna go inside. لما نفوت لهون رح نعمل printing. Then we're gonna do this. This is the last thing that is gonna be done. بالwhile loop عنا luxury إنه to switch this with this. فينا نعمل incrementing before the printing. بس بالfor loop you don't have this luxury. The for loop is very systematic. Whenever you're doing something from start to end, you use the for loop. Otherwise, you should not think about the for loop. Arrays are very systematic. يلي رح نحكي عنهم بعدين. This is why they make a good combination with the for loop. So, this is step 0 if you want, لأنه it happens just once. This is step 1, step 2, then step 3. Then step 1 will be repeated, then 2 will be repeated, then 3 will be repeated, then 1, then 2, then 3. And we keep on going until j is no longer less than 11. That's when we stop. يعني آخر مرة رح نوقف رح تكون on step 1 when the condition is no longer valid, we stop. هلا are we always going to move this way؟ يعني على طول رح نمشي 1 1 1 مثل هون 0 1 2 3 4. Are we always gonna start from 0? Are we always gonna stop on 10? الجواب لكل هول الأسئلة is no. This is why you should understand how it works, not memorize it. You cannot memorize it. You should understand إنه أول part is just the initialization. So أنا لو كان بدي أطبع الأرقام بالقلب كان بدي أطبع من 10 ل 0, then I would have written it this way. كنت بلشت for int j equal 10. And that's the first number I want to print as بدي أطبعهم بالقلب. Now my condition is different. وهون بدي تركزوا على شيء كتير مهم. إنه إذا بتطلعوا عندكم بالstructure بالكتاب مكتوب إنه أول part اسمه initialization، تاني part ما اسمه condition، اسمه termination. And they chose to call it termination for a very specific reason. وهي to remind you to think about where you terminate. ليه؟ لأنه it's not enough to say إنه j is less than 11. مزبوط j رح تكون less than 11. ليه؟ لأنه حنطبع الأرقام من 10 ل 0. بس that doesn't help us. ليه؟ لأنه this should be the termination. This should tell it where to stop. نحن وين بنوقف لما تصير 0. So what's acceptable is when j is greater or equal to 0. وليه مهم أقول equal to 0؟ لأنه I want to print 0. In that case I don't want to print 11. This is why ما قالت or equal to 11 لأن أنا عبالي أوصل لل 10. لو عبالي أوصل لل 11 بقول less than or equal. وإذا بحبين تحطوا equal هون فيكم تقولوا or equal to 10. You can do that. Okay? It's about what you want. If you want to achieve from 0 to 10, then this is how it should be. Yeah, less than or equal to 10. Yeah, less than 11. بالنسبة the one in reverse, it starts at 10. It can keep on going as long as يعني عطوكم تفكروا هون as long as what I can keep going. امتين it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop at 0, right? So I can keep on going as long as it's greater or equal to 0. The last part is not j plus plus, of course. ليه؟ لأنه we're not going up, we're going down. So it should be j minus minus in that case. So now if I try to print inside it, it's gonna print it in reverse. Let's check that out. Let me add this and say in reverse now. So as you see, it printed 10, 9, 8 down to 0. Now what if I wanted to skip numbers? I don't want to print all the numbers. I want to skip by 2. Okay, let's see how we would skip by 2. I'm gonna do the one printing up, but I'm gonna skip 2. Let's check that out. If I want to skip 2, then instead of j plus plus, I'm gonna add 2 to j, so j plus 2, so j is equal to j plus 2. And how can I write this in a better way? Remember, we studied that in term 2. I can say j plus equal to. So let's check that out. Using for loop, skipping 1. Can run again. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We skipped 2. Okay, if you want to skip 3, you can make it 3. If you want to go down by 3, you can use the one in reverse, but say minus equal to. So that's the for loop. The importance of the for loop is using it with arrays. This is what I'm gonna explain in the next video. I want you to watch this one, understand it very well, and if you have questions, you can either ask me in class when I see you, or you can send me emails.